Today, I'm going to explain what is React, why it was introduced, and what are the key features of React. So, React was first released by Facebook and it quickly gained a popularity due to its innovative approach to UI development and its ability to solve the real world problem that many developers face till now. So, major companies like Facebook, Instagram, has adapted React and contributing to its growth and evolution. So React provides large ecosystem with many complementary tools and libraries. So for navigation, they are providing React router. For state management. They are giving us Redux. For server-side rendering and static site generation, we can use Next.js. So this has made React a versatile and powerful tool for modern web development. So React, what is React? React is actually a free and open source front-end JavaScript library, which is used to build user interfaces by breaking them down into small and reusable components. And these components can manage their own state and be composed to create a complex UI. So we can create a single page application. And this was introduced to address several challenges. So like creating a complex and interactive web application. So this is React. Why actually it got introduced? So there are so many things. We face so many problems. That's why they came up with the React, like efficient DOM manipulation. So previously, direct manipulation of the DOM is slow. That's why they came up with the efficient DOM manipulation, especially for dynamic and complex application where frequent updates are required. It was making DOM slow, and they provided solution for this, and that's efficient DOM manipulation, where they came up with the virtual DOM. So it's a in-memory representation of actual DOM. So if any updates happen in the UI, they first check with the virtual DOM. They compare with the virtual DOM, and whatever sufficient changes are required, uh, they change the actual DOM. So it calculates the most efficient way to apply those updates to the real DOM and then makes those updates. This result in better performance and smoother user experience. So this is efficient DOM manipulation. Second is component based architecture. So previously web development was involving writing large and monolithic code base that were hard to manage and scale. So they came up with component based architecture where we can create a small components. We can create a reusable code with the help of component. So developers, it is easy for developers to reuse the code. It helps to promote modularity and it is easier to maintain the code. So that's why they came up with the component based architecture. Third is that declarative programming. So previously we were having the imperative programming. Imperative programming means where developers or users can directly manipulate the DOM and manage the UI state. That's the imperative programming. So it become a very error prompt, and it directly manipulating the DOM is slow, and especially when the UI needs to update frequently. So it lead to performance issues. So they came up with the declarative programming. So where developers describe how the UI should look based on the application state, and then React take care of it. How the state get changed, and when they use the state management, the states are very predictable and it's easier to debug. So they came up with the state management. Next is state management. So they are providing Redux and context API to manage the state. So the components which are unrelated, or if we have to do the changes from parent to child or child to parent, or for sibling components, the it's easier to maintain with the help of state management libraries like Redux and Context API. So previously it was very difficult to manage the states for complex application, and when there are actually especially there are multiple components which needs to share the and synchronize the state. So that's why they came up with the state management. And most common feature is that, sorry, problem was that we had to write a JavaScript code, HTML, then CSS. So they came up with JSX syntax. So it is one file which is having HTML inside the JavaScript. So it is easy to easy to maintain the code. It's easy to understand the code. So they introduced the JSX, that is a syntax extension that allows developer to write HTML like code within JavaScript. So previously, like before JSX syntax comes, mixing HTML with JavaScript required workarounds like template engines or string concatenation, making the code less readable and maintainable. So that's why they are using JSX syntax in React now to improve the readability and maintainability. Now, what are the key features of React? First is component-based architecture, where we can create a multiple components. We can break the large component into small components, and that helps developers to reuse the code. So they came up with the component-based architecture. Then virtual DOM, uh, JSX, that I already explained. They came up with a declarative UI. So in React, developers describe what the UI should look like based on the current state and previous states. So React take care of updating those actual UI to match this description. So this makes the core code more predictable, easy to understand, and less error prone compared to imperative programming, where developers have to explicitly define steps to update the UI. So this is one feature the React is providing. Then we have unidirectional data flow. So it enforces one-way data binding. So if data flows from parent to child, it's uh, it it happens through the props. So this unidirectional flow makes the data management and debugging process more straightforward and easy to track. Then then we have state management and life cycle and hooks. So hooks in React 16 they introduce hooks for developers so they can use with the functional components. So hooks simplify the process of making states and side effects without needing to write class components, leading leading to cleaner and more concise code. So it helps developers when they are doing the functional programming. And lifecycle methods also, like when we are using class component, they are providing many lifecycle methods. So uh, last we have React developers tools where we can these tools help developers to debug the code easily. So it makes easier to inspect the component hierarchy, check props and states, and then track rendering performance. So it is very useful for development and debugging. So these are the main key features of React. So that's it about the React. And if you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. If you would like to reach out to me, please you can drop a comments in this comment section, or you can write the mail to this mail ID. Thank you for watching.